In this video, we will be seeing if else statement of Java programming. So this if else statement is also called as else if ladder in Java programming, and it is one of the decision making or conditional statements which we can use in a Java program. So earlier we have already seen if and if else statements. Now let's once have a look at if and if else statements. So in case of if statement, which is also a basic conditional statement, we use the syntax if, condition, and block of statements. So if the condition which we provide is true, then the if block gets executed, and if the condition is false, then it will skip the if block and continue with the execution of remaining program. Whereas the second basic if else statement is the advanced if statement. So here what we are doing is we are adding a else statement to already existing if statement. So its syntax is very much similar to if statement. Only thing is we add a additional else block here which gets executed when the condition is false, unlike if statement. So in case of if statement, if the condition is false, it executes nothing, but the remaining program execution continues. But in this case, in this if else, if the condition is true, if block gets executed, and if condition is false, then the else block gets executed. So here we are using a else keyword to add an extra block which gets executed when the condition does not satisfy or if it is not true. Now, let's see what is if else statement or else if ladder. We also call it as else if ladder. So, so this else if ladder is used to provide multiple conditions. So till now, using if or if else, we were providing only a single condition in our Java program. But using else if, we can add multiple conditions to if else block. So using if, we can provide the first condition, and according to requirement, we can add any number of else if in between if and else to give extra conditions or multiple conditions in the Java program. So the syntax for if else if will be mostly similar to this if else. So I'm copying the same and pasting the same syntax here. So if else or else if ladder is used to provide multiple conditions in Java program. The first condition is provided using the if block. So the first condition is provided using the if keyword, and then the other conditions according to requirement can be added. So how many we require, according to that, we can add using the else if keyword. And always remember, else if is must be in between if and else. So else if ladder is used to provide multiple conditions. The first condition is provided using the if keyword, and then the other conditions according to requirement can be added using the else if keyword. So first we use if keyword to provide conditions, and the remaining according to requirement we can add using the else if keyword. And else if must be always in between if and else block. So if and else block, The block should start with if and end with else always, and in between we can have else if ladder. Now let's see how to add it. So here there is a syntax for if and else. Now in between we can use else and. So like this we can use the else if keyword to add extra conditions to the program. So in the same block we can have multiple conditions like this, and according to requirement any number of times we can add. So condition 1 beside if, condition 2 beside else if, condition 3 again beside else if, and according to requirement you can add as many as you want. And then at last you should have compulsory the else block, which will be getting executed if the conditions are false. If all the conditions are false, then only else block gets executed. And there may be situation when all the conditions may also be true. So in that case, the whichever condition is matching first or satisfying first, only that block gets executed, and the other blocks, even if they are giving a true condition result, they will not get executed. So whichever condition meets first, only that block gets executed first. So whichever block or condition meets first, that block gets executed. And note, even if all conditions satisfy the condition meeting first, that block gets executed. So this is a note which if even if all the conditions are true, the condition meeting first, that gets executed. That block gets executed. Syntax is this. You will be writing the if block first, then using else if additional conditions according to requirement. Then last is the else block. So this way we use if else if block in Java program. Now let's see it practically. So here we have else if. So now let's see it practically in the Eclipse IDE. So here already we have used if and if else. So here you can see on the screen, if else block is used here. So in this program, there is a class student which is containing the public static void main method. And in this main method, we have declared two variables A and B of type integer, and we are here using the scanner class object to scan the user inputs. So for that, we have created object here by passing system.in as parameter to it. And then we are giving a user a message, enter value for A and B. So this will be as it is printed. And when the user enters A and B values, then that will be scanned using the scanner class object as along with nextInt predefined method. So we are using here nextInt predefined method because the type of A and B is integer. So we are scanning the next integer on the output screen both the times and assigning to A and B respectively. Then we are using here if condition. Here condition we have given as A greater than B. So it will check if A is greater than B. If it is greater than B, then the if block gets executed. If it is not greater than B, then the else block gets executed. So if condition is true, it prints A is greater than B. Otherwise, it will print B is greater than A. So now let's add multiple conditions to it. So here I'm adding else if. So using else if keyword, we can add another condition. If A is greater than 5, I'm adding. Then it will be printing A greater than 5. So here an additional condition I have written, which will be checked if the first condition is false. Then I am taking one more condition, A is greater than 10. So I have taken only 2 more conditions other than if condition. So now let's execute the program and see. Enter A and B value. 12 and 45 I am giving. And I am getting the value A is greater than 5. So this is coming from the second conditional block, that is else if block A greater than B. Here we are getting A is greater than 5 as printed on screen because this is the condition which is meeting first. So I can keep here A is 10 first, then 5 next. Now let's see 12 and 45. Then also A is greater than 5 I'm getting first. So here I should make it 10 and then 5. So whichever condition meets first, only that gets executed. So in this case, what happens? This condition is also true. This condition is also true. So both, you may be thinking both will get printed. A is greater than 10 and also A is greater than 5. But that is not case in this if else if ladder, because here whichever condition meets first, only that block gets executed and the other conditions are never checked. So it wants only one condition to meet. So first condition, whichever is meeting, that block gets executed. So this is meeting first, so it has executed this block, and A greater than 5 is never checked. So let's see another example here. Like here I'm giving 5 and 12. So B is greater than A I'm getting, because all the 3 conditions first are false, because 5 is not greater than 5, it is equal to 5. 5 is not greater than 10, and also 5 is not greater than B, which is 12. So B is 12, which is greater than A. That's why we are getting the else block executed. B is greater than A. So this way we can make use of else if ladder in a Java program. So thank you for watching the video, and please do subscribe channel for more updates on Java topics and